So as you know, we're taking a lot of inspiration from the 1980s, 1990s Saturday morning cartoons. We're also looking at a lot of television shows like MacGyver, Magnum P.I., shows like that. When we created our poster, this is SpyTeam3030 poster. You can't really tell what it is at first look, but what it is, it's a Ferrari 308 with the Spy Team logo right here on the back, and then it's flying through the air, and here's the ground. So obviously it's about to crash, but that's what we've got for our poster. And it's very kind of a cinematic looking poster, and it's about to hit that bird there. Going into concept art, we're probably next to Ready or Not, probably one of the smallest teams here. We've got 2 engineers, my producer, and I'm team lead and lead designer and everything else.
You guys have artists?
We had 1 artist. We had 2. We had a concept artist who's a very good friend of mine, and we had a 3D artist who just dropped out 2 weeks ago. So now we're looking for anybody who is willing to throw us some artists. But we do have a very, very talented character concept artist. These are some of the silhouettes for the bad guys. So where he started was, so each bad guy is representative of a certain element: earth, sky, water, ice. And so as we went along, we kind of honed down on the ultimate bad guys. And so we have the water bad guy, he's Shark Tooth. He has like a surfboard. Cold Blood, he's just like a cold-blooded killer. Rocky, we decided to make a female because we wanted to spruce it up a bit, and she has this really cool mining pick that's like hypersonic, and it will like cause earthquakes. And Mordecai is the ultimate bad guy. He is the guy that you're going to be playing against constantly. No matter who you are, you're always the good guys playing against the bad guys. These were some of the inspirations we pulled for the home team base. I really wanted to give it kind of that mid-century modern architecture type look. This is from Venture Brothers. This is also from Danger 5 over here. They all have very similar stylings. Multi-tier roofing here, swimming pools, satellites. Also very, very rich people's homes, because everything's going to be viewed from the top down. So I wanted to kind of find inspiration from that. It seemed like there's a lot of helicopter pads and docks, so I was looking to have some of those assets in there too. Like I said, we did have a 3D asset artist who dropped out, but luckily I was able to secure some assets anyways. So this is what we have for the home base for the Spy Team. It's a very kind of modern, sleek looking home, and we figured we would put some kind of turrets on the tops here to kind of give it a little bit more of a militaristic, but also homey feel. In the back here, there's a swimming pool as well. So, party in the front, business in the back, I guess. When we were looking at the enemy base, we drew a lot of inspiration from old German World War II bunkers. These were called flak towers, and they would have back in World War II, they had very high-powered anti-air weaponry on top of these. So when we were looking at kind of very concrete, very dark, cold kind of bad guy bases, looks for that. And so we also secured assets that look pretty much exactly like that, which is great. As for the defense towers on both sides, part of the lore, part of the backstory is that there are these telecrystals that are kind of sources of energy that people are going for. So we have these telecrystal towers that we've gotten, and those are going to be the defense towers on both your side and the enemy side. Very similar to League of Legends, you have to get through those defense towers before you can get to the enemy base. So this is some UI assets that we're working on. It's if you've ever worked on any kind of computer that looks like this, or if you've ever seen Knight Rider, we drew a heavy inspiration from kind of that old 1980s, 90s type computers. We've got kind of like a very tan, very similar like kind of hard plastic outline. Essentially what we have for the UI here is, this is your card hand. These are the cards that you're going to be having, and you're going to be selecting these cards and playing them into the field. And as you select these cards, you'll have the name of the card and the qualities, what the card is, you know, +2 health, +15 attack. So that's what we have for UI. So right now, we've got a basic mock-up. Shirley is going to show us a little networking demo after this. But we pulled these screen grabs earlier today. As you can see, we've got some of the basic UI pulled down here in the front. You've got the enemy flag tower home base here. You've got the enemy flag tower base here. You've got your home base here and home base here. So these are the defense towers, the crystal defense towers. And when we see the demo, we'll see some action of spies going and attacking. And by spies, I mean subjects. When it comes to building out cards, I created a database of what each card would be and how much hit points, speed, and attack points, and if it's a special card, what that card would do. And then what I did was I created a simulation where it would randomly select any one of these cards, give it to one of the 3 spies on each side, and have them battle it out. And what I kind of discovered was it didn't really matter which card they picked. It seemed like pretty much each spy would pass the 0 mark at about round 4, except for this one. But like what I realized was that if 2 spies are attacking each other with different health points, different attack points, there needed to be something else because both of them would die at the same time. So I think that attack speed is probably going to be something that we need to implement. So that is something that we're going to have to focus on as we move forward. In the road ahead, we just secured a lot of really cool low poly assets that we've got in Unity. So we're going to build out the environment. As you saw in the screenshots before, they're just really basic lanes. What we wanted to do was create an environment where you have, luscious green landscape, you've got an ice landscape, and you've got a water landscape, all kind of next to each other. So we've got some really beautiful assets. I didn't have the chance to put the screen grabs in there, but they look amazing. So put those into Unity. Right now we have character silhouettes. We want to get some really great full color silhouettes of those guys in there. We obviously have these buildings. We've got a guy who's willing to make some sound effects for us. And the music we are working on too. We've got 2 musicians. One guy specializes in guitars, and he wants to do some kind of like really awesome 80s shredding guitars. So he wants to do that over the track that you heard earlier. So card functionality on all 3 lanes is really important. It's a really important core mechanic of that. So that's what we really need to implement. Right now I have a card base of about 30. We want to build that out to about 50. We don't have a website yet, just because we've just been trying to stay afloat. We've got a really small team, and we've just been really mainly focusing on getting a functioning demo, which hopefully we will be able to show you now. Shirley will show you that, and she will kind of explain the process and what she's been going through.
So right now we have this network, but it's kind of like, because I didn't do like this programming stuff, so I'll try to explain it, but it might not be perfect. Here, so right now I'm gonna host this on my Unity build and on my separate build, I'm gonna be right here I'm gonna be the host, and here is the client. So right now the game starts. You can see like cylinders attacking each other. The damage points, the hit points are displayed as like heads up display on the top of the spies. And then I'm actually not sure which cards work, but I'm gonna try.
So you can see as she selects the assault rifle, you can see what presets the assault rifle is. And then when you take the card, you have to drag it onto the spy that you